did they decide that baked goods should all have drugs in them? I know, right? Because here's the thing, I have been perfecting my chocolate chip cookie recipe for 20 years now. And now every time I go to give someone a cookie, this labor of love, the first thing they say is it a special cookie? I say, of course it is. It is made with the special ingredient, love. And they go, oh. I say, try the cookie. And they take a bite and they go, yeah, this is the best cookie I've ever had. With such disappointment. I mean, come on now, and Joe Schmo here, he goes to Walmart, he buys a tube of frozen cookie dough, springs a little weed in it, and all of a sudden this guy makes the best fucking cookies on the whole planet. I call bullshit on that. I can't afford to put drugs in cookies to trick people. You know what that costs? Like $100. I don't have $100 lying around just to try to trick people. You know what kind of drugs I can afford to put in cookies? X-Lax. That's right. So the next time somebody says, is it a special cookie? I say, oh, you want the special cookie. One moment, please. Here you go, you've got about 20 minutes to get to a safe place. Hope it's got good plumbing. What? Nothing. Never mind. So I was driving around the Goo Goo Dolls the other day. I know, you guys are like, what? Yeah, that's my other job. I do artist hospitality, so I drive around rock stars. And I had my car parked right next to their tour bus, and somebody vandalized it. Oh, they chewed up gum and spit it all over my car. Weird, right? I had to admire, their dedication, because apparently they were walking by my car, they were so angry, and they said, I must vandalize this car right now using only the contents of my pockets. And they reached in their pockets, and all they had was a pack of gum, and they said, this will have to do. So they opened up a piece, they chewed it up, and they threw it on my car. A whole pack, a second piece, threw it on the car. What? I mean, I've got hail insurance for dents, but I don't have Trident insurance, you guys. This isn't even the first time that I have been vandalized by chewing gum. I know, strange, right? So I have a very strict no children policy at my house. Thank you, I know. All right, here's the truth, guys. I hate kids. Okay, I hate them. Woo! Thank you. A few of you applauded for that. But anyway, I banned from my house, okay? No kids allowed. It's full of collectibles, all right? Autographs, breakable, delicate things, and toys in boxes. Children don't understand toys in boxes, right? So I'm like, no kids. But of course you've got a friend, right? He's coming over and he calls it and he says, my kid's with me, can I bring him over? And I go, no, absolutely not. Oh, come on, man, I promise he'll be so good. And I'm like, all right, but you better watch this kid like a hawk. And he goes, of course I will. So he comes over with the kid. And actually, I think, this has gone without incident. I'm thinking, man, maybe you're changing my mind. Until the next day. I went to do laundry, to pull my laundry baskets apart, and guess what? Chewing gum. That's right. So I start walking around the house, guess what? There's chewing gum fucking everywhere, man. It was under the chairs, under the tables, on the collectibles. My Gene Simmons doll was covered in a sticky white substance. You're right, it might have come that way. Anyway, I call this guy up and I'm furious, man. I call him and I'm like, your kid chewed up gum and stuck it all over my house. And of course he's like, oh yeah, now that you mention it, I gave him a brand new pack of gum before we came over. What? Are you kidding me? He's like, kids will be kids. I said, kids will be kids. That's unacceptable. This is not okay. And he goes, calm down. You're overreacting. I said, you know what? You're right. And I want to apologize to you. I overreacted. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make you and your son a nice big batch of cookies, and I'm going to bring them over later for you tonight. I'm Sara Manson. Thank